A record-breaking year for new loons.
Nearly 40 years ago, Vermont had just 12 documented pairs. Now, after years of trying to boost the bird's population, Channel 3's Ike Ben David finds out it's working.
Looking out onto Zach Woods Pond on a rainy fall day, loon biologist Eric Hansen spots a baby loon out on the water.
So we're at the end of the season. The chicks, or most of them, are still around. And so we still have a loon chick floating around out here, but we're not seeing the parents today. There's a chance that they've already left and headed to the ocean, or there's a chance they're just off for the day, visiting Green River, Caspian Lake, Lake Elmore, something like that.
Seeing this chick is a welcome sight and reflection of the growth of the bird's population. It
was an amazing year for success in the sense of nest success and chick survivorship, much higher than we've seen in the past decade. Part of that is almost could be related to the drought. Loon nests tend to do better when they're not getting flooded, like the last 2 summers. We lost a record number of nests the last 2 years. This year, we only had a handful to flooding.
This year, the Vermont Center for Eco Studies say they saw a record number of chicks hatch. The Loon Conservation Project documented several record highs, including 92 successful nests, 7 more than last year, 136 chicks hatched, which is 11 more than last year. It comes from loon pairs having multiple chicks, not all the birds in the state laying eggs. Biologists hope this is a sign of a stable population.
And we're trying to just sort of maintain and use loons as an amazing indicator of water quality and get people involved in our lakes. And so we're actually hoping to see the population start to stabilize. And having a record number of birds not nest this year is kind of an indication of that. It just so happened to be a higher nest success rate and chick survivorship. So those up the numbers a little bit. But we've been in the 80 to 90 chick range for the past 10 years. And so we're just a little bit above that. And that number's been leveling out due to competition, due to eagles, due to the newer pairs nesting on marginal habitat.
With winter approaching, the birds will soon head to the New England coast, but are expected to return, some sooner than others.
So the adults will, most likely the pair will return next spring, right after ice out. So mid-April, late April. They don't necessarily overwinter together, so they kind of like just come back together and most likely stay together for several years. But there are switches in mates, so that can happen. The chicks, however, usually stay in the ocean for about 2 or 3 years. And then they'll come back here as 3, 4, 5-year-olds and then spend another 3 to 5 years kind of maybe looking for a spot in a territory and eventually finding one.
In Hyde Park, Ike Ben David, Channel 3 News.